Welcome to Sandwiches of History. Today is International Sandwich Sunday and we're headed to Suriname for the Broodje Kerrie Kip. So this recipe calls for some ingredients that I needed to make in advance. So why don't we check in with Barry from yesterday. Hey Barry from yesterday, why don't you tell him what time it is? It's about 11:30. Gotcha. All right, so here's the deal. The three things that I'm going to make right now for tomorrow's sandwich, these would usually just be on hand. No one is going and making these three things and then making the sandwich every single time. But I just thought you might like to see the process for making the spice blend, the sambal, and the pickle. All right, let's get into it. Okay, to make our Surinamese masala, we need to toast up some coriander seeds, white mustard seeds, fenugreek seeds, nigella seeds, which is black cumin, and black peppercorns. And after letting them cool for a little bit, now we got to waz them up in a spice grinder or coffee mill. Now we just add that to a bowl with some turmeric, get that mixed together. We're all set. All right, on to the sambal. Now to make that, we have to saute up an onion that's been diced and half a head of garlic minced in some oil for about 5 minutes. While that's sauteing, we're going to go ahead and waz up 3 tomatoes and a habanero, which is the closest thing I can get to the Madame Jonette pepper. Now we add in our tomato habanero mixture, ground allspice, sugar, and soy sauce. And get that all mixed together and cook it down for about 50 minutes till it gets to like a paste-like consistency. All right, now to make our pickle, we just bring to a boil water, sugar, and salt. Now that the water's at a boil, we add in our vinegar, turn off the heat, and let it cool completely. Okay, in this jar I've got some chopped up cucumber and red onion, allspice berries, and cloves. And now that our liquid is cool, we just pour this over. It gets everywhere inside and then refrigerate it overnight. All right, so all the recipes I'm following were in Dutch, so we'll see how this goes. Right now we're to fry up some onion and garlic in a little sunflower oil. Now we're to crumble in a Maggi seasoning cube and add black pepper. Now we add in tomato puree and cook that for a minute. Next we add in chicken breast that have been cut into strips and our masala. Get that all kind of mixed together. What we're looking to do is get a sear on the outside of the chicken and then move on to the next step. Now we add in hot water. We cover it almost all the way and cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Before assembly, we got to toast our bun. Now we add our chicken. These are different tongs, not the raw tongs. And some of our sauce, our pickled cucumbers and onions, and our sambal. Okay, let's give this Broodje Kerrie Kip a go. Woo! So much flavor on that chicken and the onions. And that sambal is quite spicy. It only had 1 habanero in it, but boy howdy, that was good. And having that pickle in there is pretty essential. You're getting the bright acidity from the vinegar, the coolness from the cucumber, nice punch of the sweet red onion. And it's really helping in here, but this is just a flavor bomb. Really quickly, I've noticed a few comments about how international sandwiches always seem to score really high. It's not a coincidence. These are classics. They have stuck around for a reason. It's kind of like how a Reuben would score high, right? A Reuben would be a 10 to me. But not all the sandwiches I do here on Sandwiches of History are going to be 10s. But these international sandwiches are just so packed with flavor and texture, and it's just, they're so good that if they get a 10, they earn the 10. Yeah, I'm not plussing that up. The original Broodje Kerrie Kip, that is a 10. That is amazing. The different flavors, the different textures. It is very spicy. If you were to make this, maybe if you can't handle heat, don't do the sambal part, but everything else in there is amazing. So the recipes I followed for the spice blend and for the chicken and for the pickles and the sambal, I'll put on a page on my website, sandwichesofhistory.com/international, so you can get links to these if you want to make them. Keep in mind, almost all of them are in Dutch, so you have to translate them yourself. This is delicious. I am definitely going to finish that. And yeah, I would make this again easily. It's so good. All right, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Yeah.